Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lilola Coaching's four-part series on how to be successful and create success in 2021. We today are going to start you off at the very beginning of your day. And we're doing this because what we have found is that so often we wait until January 1st to start to make change or to start putting things in place. And notoriously, there are many studies out there that say we never even make it to week 3, let alone a lot of people don't even make it to the third hour of the day that we start. So to get us set up for success, we find that starting now, starting in December, is when you need to start in order to really get the ball rolling and get the momentum going into 2021 so that when 2021 actually starts, you're well on your way to success. And Sittah here is going to take it away and start telling you what some of the things that we do to start off our day in order to have the most success out of our life. Take it away, Sittah.
Yeah, thank you. Right, we have lots and lots and lots of little tips and tricks and tools how we make our next year a successful year. And we always started in December because, as Amy said, it is a lot easier when you're already in the rhythm, in the flow of new habits, success habits, when the year starts, because then you're ready to run into success. We have figured out 4 areas that are super, super important to us. And we are going to talk about those 4 areas in these 4 videos. And one of which is all of it is a morning routine. So it all happens in the morning. But the first one we're talking about today is a very early morning routine. So the very, very first thing we do when we wake up in the morning. Excuse me. And I'm sure you know, sometimes when the morning isn't right, the whole day just runs away from you and you don't seem to be able to catch up and you're just stressed and nothing seems to work out. So
Yeah,
starting
if
sorry.
we do it, if we start off the right way or set ourselves up for a positive day, it just becomes positive throughout the day. How we start the day is typically how our day goes. So when we're running around late, grabbing our cup of coffee because we couldn't get, breakfast in, and we're trying to comb hair of kids as they're running out the door, those kind of frenzied mornings kind of set our day up for frenzied kind of days. And the things that that Sittah and I are gonna share will set you up for like a calmer, more controlled day.
Absolutely, yeah. So the first thing, I think you all know this, the first thing you do when you wake up is do not grab your phone. Don't start social media, email, all that really stressful stuff. Best, if you can, get yourself an alarm clock and leave your phone outside of your bedroom. That's just my advice, personal. So the first thing I do the second I wake up in the morning, the very first thing I do is I do think of at least 5 things that I'm really grateful for. And it could be, the person lying next to me in my bed. It could be my comfortable pillow. It could be my beautiful home that keeps me dry and warm. Or it could be something really big because maybe yesterday something really big happened and I'm so grateful for it. You can always come up with something. I'm sure Amy does the same.
I do. And it's before I even open my eyes. When I wake up, sometimes I just thank God or source or universe or whatever you believe that I actually woke up that day. Being grateful that I'm actually breathing without a machine. So many people during COVID are on a machine, a ventilator. So being grateful that I woke up, number one, and number two, I'm able to breathe on my own are 2 things. And to take it one step further, Sittah, we should let them know the trick. And the trick is to not only say it, but truly feel it. Feel it in your body, in every cell of your being, like, oh my gosh, not just saying, oh, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning, but actually feel that gratefulness in your body really allows your body to set that tone for the day.
Yeah, exactly. So don't just rush off on your phone with your worries, with your stress, with your to-do list in your head. Give yourself a bit of space. And everything we're talking about today is actually about yourself. It's about your soul, nourishing your soul and giving yourself a lot of love very first thing in the morning. So if you have small children, get try to get up before they wake up. Put your alarm clock a little bit earlier. I wake up before my husband. I do it on purpose. I get up and I spend this first hour in the morning just on myself, because if I am then balanced and happy, ready for the day with my family and work and everything that comes, I have a much more successful day. So gratitude is number one. The second thing I do is I get up and it's usually dark, especially in the winter, it's still dark. And I light a candle. That's the first thing I do when I get up. I light a candle and I have an infuser, so there's a little bit of essential oil I put in there. And it's, for me, that's just a symbolic, the day starts, it's a new day, a new candle. I say maybe a little prayer or a little thank you. And I put the smell that I feel inspired to put today. It could be vanilla, it could be lavender, whatever smell. I have a few different smells. And it immediately gives, for me, it just gives a fresh, warm atmosphere for the new day. It's like a welcome day, let's go.
Yeah, and using most of your senses really helps ground your emotional and feel it in your being. When you can see it, taste it, touch it, smell it, the more senses you can use, the more you can actually be grateful and really see it.
Yeah, that's right. The next thing I do, the third thing I do is I have a little corner where I, have my chair where I sit and meditate and do the things. I work out in that room as well. And I go into that room and I do very quickly 2 or 3 yoga poses. And they're usually just sun salutations or the tree, something that just calms me and centers my body and at the same time stretches me maybe a little bit and starts my energy flowing a little bit. And again, it's just a very mindful moment. I do this for a minute, maybe not long. None of this has to take very long. It's just very conscious, short moments of self-care. So I do that. I do my sun salutation and a tree pose, and I just center myself. And then I sit down in my meditation chair and I read my goals. I have a list of goals. I update them or work on them every 3 months. They encompass, is that how you say it? My whole life, so all areas of my life. So I have about, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 goals. I just read them and I remind myself what is important to me, why it is important to me. Maybe I start thinking a little bit what I could do today to get a little bit closer to my different goals. And again, this just takes me a minute and a half, maybe.
Yeah, with
And
these, you guys, I'm going to give it, some of you need the like science behind it. When you refresh your memory on your goals on a regular basis, it activates your reticular activator. And it is actually a thing in your body. And what it does is it sets you up to start seeing more opportunities that present themselves to be able to achieve those goals, whatever that next step might be. And a quick story that I won't make it long, but my husband came home and wanted a new car one day, and I played his game and said, "What kind of car?" And at the time, there were no cars like this on the road. And he told me he wanted a Hummer. Yes, I know. I didn't even think it would fit in the garage. Now, P.S., he never bought the Hummer. But what he had done was he had activated my reticular activator. And then through the next week, I saw Hummers everywhere on the road to work, parked next to me. Even our neighbor, you guys, bought a shiny red Hummer. So what it does is when you refresh your goals on a regular basis, whether that's every morning like Sittah does, every week or twice a week, it keeps it at the forefront of your mind, and therefore your reticular activator is activated and you can actually see opportunities to achieve those goals Whereas if you just write them in December or January and never visit them again, you totally forget about it. So doing it on a regular basis does increase your potential to actually achieve them and get that success in 2021.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And then the last thing I do in this section of my morning is I meditate. And you could do this any shape or form, any length you want. There's lots and lots of apps that do fabulous guided meditations. You could pray, and meditation is a form of prayer, isn't it? So everybody does what they feel comfortable to do. Just connect with your higher power. And you can do this for 2 minutes, for 5 minutes, for 60 minutes. Feel free to do whatever is good for you.
Yeah, and in the future, we'll have more videos on meditating and tricks and tips on how to do it and different ways to do it. But for now, like Sittah said, there's a lot of options out there, and many people feel like it's kind of woo-woo and you've got to totally clear your mind and clear your schedule for 30 minutes. Like she said, none of that is actually true, and you can do it for a minute. You can do it for 60 minutes, really whatever you feel most comfortable and have the time to do in your day. It's a great way to start your day. I also meditate in the mornings to start my day off right. And if you do these things, your morning routine, whether you choose one, two, or all the ones that we've given you, realize that it doesn't take very long. And even if you can only do one, that's one more than you're doing now, which will greatly help you achieve whatever you're looking to achieve in 2021.
Absolutely, yeah. And so this part of the morning is the me part. It's the me time. I call it soul time, um, which everybody should. We think everybody should start their day with me time, because once you've arrived in yourself and you're happy with yourself and you've done a bit of self-care, you are ready to give. And that's what we want to do essentially during the day. We just want to give. So in the next video, we're going to talk about relationships. And that could be a love relationship, it could be the relationship with your children, it could be relationships with your friends and family. Our second part of our morning routine takes care of our relationships. And we look forward to seeing you there.
See you on the next video.
Yeah, bye.